3 tons. You don't want to put the same pressure on again because it already moved. Once you get it to move, it'll move faster next time. So and it moves back to where it came from quicker than when you overbend it. I haven't overbent it yet. Ideally, overbend it and come back is the strongest way of doing it, but we haven't done that yet. Well, maybe we have now. We don't know. Feels rounder that way. It's not getting variable. As you rotate, it's staying pretty even, so it's not digging in. That usually means it's pretty straight. Let's see what we got here. So we're back to the 2 again. So that's our high spot, just under 6, and we're down to, what was that, no, it was a dial, yeah, let's zero that. Find a number you like, there's 50. It dropped a little bit more. Touching it makes it wrong. So you're only moving a couple of thou there. High spot is there. So the high spot's going back and forth between the 2 spots. Okay, so we moved it back 1 thou out of the 3 we were out. So we're still 2 out. So it doesn't want to get any better than that. So that was 3 tons of pressure I think I put on it. So let's go to 5. And we'll just creep back up on the numbers until we get kind of where we want to be. Right in between the 2 spots we were before bending. Yep. That's 4 tons. Bleeding quickly. Go back and check this thing. At 2 thou it's runnable right now, but I like them to be less than 1, preferably half. I never expect anything to be perfect. Doesn't mean we don't shoot for that number though. There's our low spot. High spot, move back to the original number again. And we're about 2.5 maybe. It acts like the shaft is out of round a little bit. It's not consistent. Alright, so I'm just going to keep going back and forth. Might take a couple hours, I don't know. When the camera battery runs out, we'll come back later. Show you what we came up with. Or it'd be in 2 pieces. I've had that happen before. Let's see, we're back to the old number, I think. I can't remember right now. I'm going to go back to the old spot. Damn thing keeps sliding when I'm trying to do this. Keeps going back to the old area. Well, that's where it wants to be. Okay, there's 6 tons. Back and forth, back and forth. Moving. It's back to the original high spot. Looks like we're about 3 again. Alright, keep playing with it. That was 4.5 tons. I don't think or did I go to 6? I forget when I drove that. That's about 5, roughly. There's the old spot, which is where it wants to be again. Right there. It's definitely damaging my block. That's why we're using it. Okay. There's 6. Sometimes you tap with a steel hammer, wakes it up too a little bit, so I might do that next. That was solid 6 tons. So. Little shock waves lets things kind of move around a little bit, controllably instead of all at once. So. That looks a little better. I move it like I can't move it, but when I rotate it, it changes a bunch. 50. I'm only like 1,000 right now. Maybe 1,500. There's our 0, 1, 1, 1.5. Call it 1.25. Here's our low spot. High spot is, where's our mark at? Ooh, it moved. Yeah, let's see, there's a sweet spot in there for high. Okay, high comes in at the high spot. And this way it's on. So I'm going to go with our new high, the new high spot, not the old high spot for this next hit. So I'm going to put, we had 6 tons on it, I'll put 5 on it. Do a little tap, 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 and see if it changes it. So I'm going to get a brass hammer for the tapping. Here's our tapping tool, brass. So, come on, get on my way, fold up. So right now it's runnable, but we're going to try to get a little closer. We haven't really overbent it yet, and I always like overbending anyway, so if we go to a few thousand, I'll be happy. Because right now the memory is bent. If you go past and come back, it makes a new memory. We haven't done that yet, so that's actually a negative, not having it that yet. Okay. On that spot. There's 5. Couple of love taps to see if it wakes it up. Looks like it takes 6 to make things move normally, so let's see if 5 with a little tapping does anything for us. It's hard to move something only 1 thou. These things want to move, they want to move a lot. Yeah, looks like it's still in there. And it's on the new high, it's still the new high. So it didn't move. Made no difference. So we gotta go to 6 tons to make it do anything. So we'll go 6 and hopefully it doesn't go too far. We don't know. We'll find out. That's why we're doing this. spot, more or less. And there's 5 and a little extra. So I get about 5 3/4 tons on that one. I don't want to go. We moved 2 thou last time at 6, so we came right up to the edge, but not quite there. So hopefully it'll only move 1 thou. Nope. Same spot it was. Okay, what's it doing down here? We haven't checked over here, so we don't know exactly how bad it is on this side. Ooh, a lot. So it is bent on this side too. Yeah, that's not good. I was hoping it's all on that one side, but obviously it's not, so it's probably why we're not gaining on this side. But see now this side over here, there's 50, 4 thou. So you got a little over 1 on this side, we got 4 on this side. And see it's on a different spot. We've been bending on this, it's on the old spot there. So now we need to try to bend this side. This side's a lot thicker. And this side we don't want to bend anymore, obviously. We'll go right on that spot. So we're going to go ahead and try something new. So it's going to take more tonnage because it's a lot thicker. So we're going to go over here. And instead of bending on this, I bend on this part here. Like something's going to come out chasing after me here in a minute, just watch. It's not very stable. That's too tall. Let's get this big block right here. Let's try that one. You, and you. There we go. Way the hell over here. And this is going to come my direction when it fails, so get a little bit off that edge, give it some room to bend. So it's going to shoot my direction when it pops off. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and put a rag over here in the front to kind of catch the parts so they're flinging toward me when it pops. There's 9, there's 10 tons. put 10 tons of pressure on that. That's a lot thicker than the other way. Plus that has like half the leverage. It's thicker with half the leverage, so that's not good. This is in my way. All right. On this side now. See, we thought we were real close, and we find out we're not. 4.5, so it's about 3.5 out. The high spot is right there, which is pretty much where we were at before. That did not move it. That was 10 tons. So we need to figure out where it's bent. It might be bent over here. You got to find the highest spot. That's where the bend is. So we know this is the high spot here, so we can either use this one or this one to be our reference point. High spots are there, so I'm going to go with, I'll measure them both. Good on the indicator. It's growing in height. Right there. Didn't really change that much. And this one, it kind of wiggled a little bit, didn't really change anything. So it's bent on the right side there. It's bent right in here, so it's probably bent here. So you look at the 0, see it stays pretty much right on that number. Maybe one thou different, then drops down to the bad worn area. So it didn't really change too much. That's the worn area, it's pretty uneven, but it stays pretty consistent. And we're going to drop down a notch. Okay, now we're on the low spot. You can see how it changes right there. Gets higher right there as we're going. So it's like it's bent right here where the groove is at. That's the bend spot. And we'll check down here on this part. Oop, a bit too much, but that'll give us the number we need. Okay, go back over to here, and when you look at that number, see it drops like a rock. It's definitely bent here. This area is bent here, but it's really bent from here to here, so it's bent right there. And we had 10 tons of pressure and it didn't do squat, so it needs a lot more than 10 to do what we need to do. But if we can get the bend, it'll straighten it, and then we'll have a good shaft. If it's not cracked. Just because you don't see it cracked doesn't mean it's not cracked. Have to mag test it. Or Tatro test it. Just run the damn thing, see what happens. If it was going to break, it would have broke. I put enough pressure on it, should have broke it if it wanted to. That's how I look at it. Okay, so there's our high spot. So this is here. We gotta get way out on this edge over here. We gotta get this thing way over here on this edge here. And the closer you are in all these locations, the more pressure it takes to do anything. So we're trying to bend it right there. So it's either going to be there or it's going to be here. I'm going to bend it right there. Okay. So I'm not sure what tonnage we're going to use, but in case this thing comes flying out of here, the rag will slow it down. Surprisingly, it does work. Alright, how much tonnage do we got to put on this thing? I'm thinking at least 15 tons to really matter. There's 10. It's not going any more than about 12 and a half. So either it's bending or that's what the aluminum is saying. Screw you. I'm not going to go any tighter. Because whatever it was moving a bunch. I'm going to guess the aluminum said screw you. I'm not going to put no more tonnage on it. That'd be my guess. Okay, let's go see if anything happened. Hey, hey. Better to be lucky than good, huh? See, I am moving it. And it does move, see. See, it does go up higher. He's right on the money. She ain't moving. Look at that. Thing's not even moving. That's a twitch. The tapers aren't that good. Let's go see what happened over here. This should have got better too, because it was bent on the other side. Let's see what we got over here. Oh, that looks nice. Look at that. It's not even moving. Yeah, it works. I get a 2/10 movement at most, 10th. And that's, the tapers aren't very good. I'm just rotating the taper. There you go. See, I lucked out. A lot of that's experience though, so. Alright, that's a good shaft. Put it back in the bike and run it. Let's see if it breaks. It's still pretty bad. We'll put the old low gear back in it too, because if it's going to fail, you might as well break all the good parts. If you're going to take out the case, take everything out. Don't just screw around half-assed it. Blow it all up. So that's if we do that. We'll have to see. Alright. We'll determine if we're going to run this or not. You can leave me comments on what you think I should do. But I'll have it together and running by the time these videos get posted. Maybe. I might post them tonight. Alright, that's it for this one. Move on to the main shaft.